Darren Rovell and Will Stern here with Collect TV, and we are previewing this weekend's auctions. And we are going to start with the 1968-69 Wilt Chamberlain game-used jersey at gray flannel. Will, I cannot believe how many gamers from Wilt Chamberlain's career have surfaced. Yes, he was a massive star, but again, we're talking about a time where it wasn't that collectible and there weren't a lot of jerseys. And we know the record-setting $4.9 million 1972 finals jersey from Sotheby's. We know of that one. And then there was the rookie uniform from SCP. And now we have this one. Your thoughts on another Chamberlain hitting and what you think about it?
Yeah, so this is from his first season in LA, which I think does stand out, even if we're talking about the fact that there's a ton of Chamberlain gamers. That certainly has significance. It's matched to 3 games. One of them, he scored 60 points, had 21 rebounds against Oscar Robertson. And also, this is photo matched, and most of the Chamberlain jerseys are not. The two that
Yes.
you previously mentioned, they did carry photo matches, but for example, there was a sale of a non-photo match Lakers jersey in December 2020 at Golden for about $108,000. And if you consider this one to be more significant because it's possibly the earliest of his Lakers jerseys, not to mention the fact that it's photo matched. I mean, it's already way above $100,000. I think you could see that getting way higher.
I love the craftsmanship of this jersey. You just look at it, it is beautifully done in
Yeah.
terms of just how well sewn it is. And it is a really awesome jersey. And you could just tell how much photo match means. It is definitely a 3Xer and maybe here, maybe a 5 to 6Xer over the previous jersey that was not photo matched. All right, let's get on to the 1984 Michael Jordan player sample prototype ones. This is a tremendous piece, okay? The Air Jordan written on the shoe instead of the logo and how that matches up with the one where he's hanging the shoes over his neck, the first press that Jordan did. I love this item. I absolutely love this item. It's not guaranteed to be the ones that were around Jordan's neck. It is not coming from Jordan. It is not coming from a Nike executive. But I do think that these are an incredible piece. The difference between these getting 200,000 and 600,000 is the story that you tell. And we always talk about that here at Collect. Like, what is the story that the new owner can tell? And for me, right now, you can tell these are some of the very first Jordans likely issued to Jordan, given the size. But that's pretty much it. And so to me, that's the difference between this skyrocketing and this being a really, really strong price. But I don't want people to think I don't like them. I like them. I just think that the story only goes so far. Will?
Sure. Yeah. So I think, like you said, the fact that it could be one of the first Jordans that Jordan ever received, that alone to me is a story on its own, in its own right. But I think we're probably
Did
seeing,
Jordan ever receive them, though? That's that.
well, they're player samples, and I believe the tags on the inside indicate that he likely did. But yeah, we don't
Right.
have a letter of provenance. But um, I think that the people that are bidding aggressively on this right now, I bet you there's quite a few of them who are hoping to be the ones to find that arbitrage opportunity and maybe be the ones to match it to the picture around the neck, even with the sneakers around the neck.
Could happen. I agree. I
So,
agree with you there. Maybe they
I
have
think that's
something.
probably the play.
Yeah. Although gray flannel, since they are related to a Photoshop of a photo.
Yes.
Although gray flannel, although they are related to a photo matching company, they don't tend to leave too much on the table, but we'll see. I think that is
Yeah.
definitely a possibility. All right, let's move on to the FDR, Winston Churchill, Stalin presidential card, which I found sold in Christie's in 2010 for $27,500. This just goes to show you the power of the slab. the fact that it's in a slab, you can carry it like a ticket, like a card, versus just, again, this is how the book people, right? This is in the book world, they present it this way. And in the collectible world, in the new collectible world, they present it in the slab, and it means that much more. Estimate 60,000. I think this goes for 100.
Yeah, so with regard to the slab, a lot of times I agree with you. With a piece like this, I don't think PSA's name on it is going to supersede the fact that it's got FDR, Churchill, and Stalin all on one piece of paper. To me, you can put that in a slab, you can put it in a frame, it doesn't matter. It is an incredible piece on its own.
But I disagree with you there, because if it was 27.5 in 2010, then just with inflation, it's 40,000. And since 2010, you just look at collectability and how much it's changed. How would the estimate then be 60,000? I think if the slab didn't do much, I really do believe that the estimate would have been, it should be much higher.
Look, yeah, quite possibly. I think with a piece like this is where I tend to differ. What I will say that stood out to me is, we don't know how many of these there are. There clearly aren't many, but there's at least one other similar example from that conference, and it's in the Library of Congress. And I think maybe we should start a new rule where if the only other example that we know about of something is held in the Library of Congress, it's probably a really important and valuable piece.
Now, what's interesting is Churchill, FDR, and Stalin singularly, you can get them for you can get an FDR for $400. You can get a Churchill for $700. Stalin, I don't know too well, probably $2,000. But again, the fact that they're together means so much. All right, let's wrap it up with Eric Clapton. Wonderful Tonight guitar. I can't deal with how many guitars are coming out, but it makes sense given how well they're doing.
Unlike a lot of these guitars that you see where, okay, the musician owned it, maybe they played it on various tracks, Clapton's been quoted talking about this guitar a lot. He called it his best friend at the time. He said the guitar went everywhere with him. And there's, it's noted multiple times that he played it on various tours,
Right.
as well as this album.
Which you haven't seen a lot in the guitar sales market. Normally the auctioneer just tells you when they've done it, but not really that there was a relationship.
Yeah, and I think that's exactly right. And I think what's important to note here is, Clapton is one of the greatest guitarists ever. So the John Lennon guitar, John Lennon's one of the greatest musicians, but he's not the most skilled guitarist ever. So the instrument here
Interesting.
really matters. And we've seen Clapton guitar previously go for 1.27 million. That was bought by, you guessed it, Jim Hersey. And that one was a really early one from the 60s when Clapton was in the band Cream, and it was used to create his trademark woman tone. But so this is maybe less significant than that, but at an estimate with a high estimate of like 500 grand, Clapton's collectability, his enduring fame, and the life of his music, it makes sense to me there.
All right, for Roger Federer, Will Stern, I'm Darren Rovell, and we hope you enjoyed our auction preview here on Collect TV.